All right, we're here. Practiced all day. It's the Lake James event, first big event of the year. Everybody wants to win this event. This is the first event of the year, like I said, and dudes are amped up. Guys are catching them out here in Lake James. They're like really deep on the real specific bite. It's really an annoying bite too. It's an A-rig bite, which I'm not a fan of the A-rig. It just beats the hell out of the fish. But it's got this little Airbnb. It's on a horse farm. It's about 50 minutes from the lake, but I couldn't really find anything affordable. But this is $100 a night. Um, it's got, it would be good for two guys. You know, it'd be really good for two guys, maybe three brothers or whatever. But the little room here, and upstairs is a loft. I'm not gonna go up there. It's not really set up, but upstairs is a nice little loft. And you get, for $100, you get your own kitchen. I save money. I'll do all my own cooking here. I'm gonna make a steak tonight. Drying my gloves off. Bathroom. And that's it. $100 a night. I mean, what more could you ask for? And it's really super cute. But that's it. Yeah, my practice on Lake James. Let me get to some sun here. Good. Yeah. My practice on Lake James, I've been practicing out here for about 3 weeks. I kind of knew what the deal was. I have a good friend that's a guide on Lake James. Pretty much everybody knows him in the club, some form or another. Austin Neary from Dreamcatcher's Fishing Supply. If you're ever in Silva, it's a great little tackle shop, very bass-centric. But they have other stuff, fly stuff. They have worms, minnows and stuff. It's a super cool little bait shop. And Austin Neary is a great guy. He's probably one of the best fishermen in the country. Uh, he's gonna get it. I wouldn't be surprised if he'll be on the elite tour at some point in his life. But he's great. But the bite is like a deep off of these points with an A-rig, and I like knew that, and I like went around the whole place. I really try to find a unique bite, a bite all of my own. I'm really not good at fishing those A-rigs. I just went and bought like a couple weeks ago about $80 worth of them. That's two hog farmers. But I've been catching them on it, so I think I'm just going to be hitting the community holes tomorrow. That's going to be my strategy. That's the only place really where I've been catching them. I've been catching them out of Linville too, but I just feel like there's bigger fish, going out of the Canal Bridge area. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And man, hopefully I have good luck. I mean, I'm not really super optimistic about it, but there's a couple guys favorites. I'd be surprised. I think the Altitude Kayak Fishing League is going to do a really good showing on this tournament. The guys that are in it, so we'll be keeping an eye on them. My prediction, Mike Hicks possibly be in the top 5, top 3. Earnhardt. There's a couple guys out there. A couple guys have live scope, but I don't really care about that. So, see you in the morning, and I'll be checking back with you. Well, a little tournament update. I'm doing pretty good. I've got three decent ones. Biggest one, 17 3/4. I just need one more fish to fill out a limit. I just got on them this morning. Boy, it was treacherous this morning. I can't. It was really rough. I was praying. I was praying to get across that bay, but got across there, got into some fish, and I'll be checking back with you. Well, I'm out here in Georgia Mountain Lakes. One of my favorite lakes here in Northeast Georgia. It's a very affluent region. I don't live here. It's a very, very affluent area. I think every house on this lake is about $4 million. But just to give you a quick tournament recap. Yesterday we had the QC KBF and the Altitude Kayak Fishing League first events on Lake James. I've been practicing out at Lake James probably for about a month there. Honestly, never really got on a bite. Some of my comrades that I was fishing with, I was watching them catch 2 5-pounders on A-rigs, and I saw a guy, Mike Hicks, catch 2 literally 5-pound smallmouth A-rig. So did Mr. Huddleston, Nick Huddleston. He caught 2 5-pounders on an A-rig during practice. And I went around. I tried to find my own bite. I hate fishing the A-rig. It just hooks the... I mean, you get like a, you know, hook in the mouth, hook in the head, hook in the stomach, hook in the gill, hook in the tongue. I mean, it was miserable. But day of the turn... Well, every day I practiced. Started out good in the morning, and then usually by about 12 o'clock, it was blowing 15 miles an hour out there. And that place gets rough when it blows. Just had terrible practice. Could never find fish. If I did find fish, they were dinks. And then the last day of practice on Friday, I was coming back from practice, coming back to the boat ramp. It was super windy, and I went past this marina and saw a bunch of fish down there. I knew they were bass. I had figured that out by now, but they're all down there at 50 feet. And the only way I could catch them was to just fish my A-rig literally right on the bottom like a giant cluster of jigs. The day started out, the day of the tournament started out super scary windy. Made it across to where I was fishing. I was actually glad to be alive. Made it across there. Got to my spot, caught 3 fish, 3 decent ones, and then I caught like 2 dinks that didn't measure. So I only had like 5 bites the whole entire day, really. Managed to get a 7th place, which I'm still baffled about that. A lot of people skunked. A lot of people had really good practices and then went out in the tournament and did terrible. I went to my secondary spots. They were all community holes. I know they had probably been hammered first. But overall, it was a good tournament. I'm happy. Whenever you go into a tournament and you don't have anything and you come out with a 7th place and a 2nd place with the altitude kayak, I was elated. So starting off my season with them was really good with those guys. Looking forward to the next event at Lake Norman. And anybody who wants to get into kayak fishing, Vinny he's a high internet presence. You could just look up QCKBF or any kind of North Carolina kayak fishing. He's going to come up. It's a great club. It's a great group of guys. Just going to warn you, don't think you're going to come out there and take people's money, because they're all a bunch of hammers. But if you want to get a great experience, maybe have a shot at, $1,400-1,500 bucks, it's a great league, so I highly recommend it. So today I'm out here. We're going to be spotted bass fishing, largemouth fishing. I got a couple spots here that historically hold giant bass. So I'm going to try to catch one of those today. I haven't really caught a super big one this season yet. I'd like to start off the new year with like a 10-pounder. That'd be great. But we'll see what happens, and I'll be checking back with you. One thing I forgot, I did get a sponsor this year. I will want to thank Hog Trough for sponsoring me for the whole season. Hog Trough makes these measuring boards here. They're very innovative. They've always kept up with design. Unlike other manufacturers like Catchboard and others, these guys are the best, the highest technology. Their materials are top notch. I don't think I've ever broken a board or had a board flex on me or anything. They're really the best out there in the industry. So, I reached out to them because I figured they were like a real progressive company, and they took me on as a sponsor. And they gave me a free board. I mean, it was broken, but they gave me a free board. I fixed it, and they gave me a coupon code for a free bag of worms. So now I'm on their pro staff, and that bag of worms is going to carry me a long way this season. So hopefully I'll be representing them in the Hobie BOS and the QC. You'll see a lot of this board. This is a really great board. So just thanks. I'd like to thank Hog Trough. Got a nice one on the 2nd cast. Right on this grass line here. Beautiful spot. Look at the belly on that thing. So healthy here. Nice one. Probably 14-15 inches. Let that one go. Ooh, calm down. Let's see if I can get one cast to catch. Let's try it. Oh, every time I try to do a cast to catch, I'll go like an hour between a bite. So I need to do it more. I need to do better editing too. Just reeling it real slow. This is the most boring way to fish you can possibly fish. That's still better than fishing an A-rig. Oh my gosh. Funny story about the A-rigs. So the first time I practiced over on Lake James, I didn't bring an A-rig, but I fished with some guys that had the A-rig, and I watched them catch fish. So I didn't catch anything. I caught a big carp on a spoon. That was it. So on the way back, I stopped at Dreamcatcher's Fish and Supply, which is a great tackle shop, by the way, located in Sylva, North Carolina. Austin Neary, the owner, he's probably the biggest hammer in the area, without a doubt. He could be on the elites one day. That's a fact. But so I go in there. I didn't bring my glasses. I go over to the A-rig thing. I pick up two hog farmer A-rigs, because the bigger A-rigs seem to be catching them better. So I got the A-rig, the hog farmer A-rig. It's like a double stack one. It's got like 27 hooks on it, and I bought 2 of those, a pack of Kytex, and some line. And I go to check out, and he's like, "Oh, that'll be $111." And I was like, "Okay." Oh gosh. So I pay him. I get into the truck. I put my glasses on. Those things were 39 bucks a piece. So you know, they're very expensive. I didn't lose one. I went straight braid on those things. I got hung up a bunch of times too, but it would just like bend one of the hooks out and come off. But yeah, that's my A-rig story. 111 bucks later.
Table, we have it all.
It's a school under the boat. I'm gonna get this one released. Largemouth. I thought for sure it was a spot. Get another one. Nice little spot. Let's try a cast to catch. Never works out. Nice little spotted bass. Hit it on the fall. I just got a giant. I'll go 20 inches, got to. Huge. Let's measure him. Oh. Caught one like this in a minute. All right, let's see. Close the mouth. 19 1/4. $19 1/4. Yeah, right on this grass edge. Yep, let's let it go. Probably weighs about 4 pounds. Yeah, fat. Yeah, I saw you picked it apart. Saw you pick it apart. Yeah, I was like, man, he's really picking that apart. But I've been catching all these fish on this outside grass edge, man.
The best
gray. Pale green. Pretty.